Oh my goodness. I didn't ever
Do
have
you know
that.
what the uter is, right? I have as the
Yeah.
jager, right?
Yeah, we had a Dr. Kuczynski that came, I know you wouldn't know him, but he came to our mission and decided that he wasn't going to deworm everybody.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. He gave them this, what he gave was a poison. You drank it, and then after that you drank a purgative, real strong purgative, and it get it out of you. And with it, it took all these intestinal parasites that they had. And I mean, buckets full, some of those had.
Parasites?
Yeah, terrible, terrible. I thought, I looked at them and said,
but the patient survived,
goodness,
right?
Yeah. Well, some of them had big stomachs, you know, and we knew they had something there. And he came and did that. He wasn't an Adventist at all. He just came with the interest of
so cleaning them out.
Cleaning everybody out.
We took Opixum and neopepamina.
So we had the medicine with us, so if we had to give it to somebody, or we had to take it ourselves.
Yeah, we did. I did too. My dad did that every so often for our own self. But you'd get so sick, you know, with that stuff.
But
you didn't feel good.
But you also read that I picked up something special, amoeba.
Oh, you did, huh?
Oh yeah.
That we never had a problem with amoeba.
Well,
A lot of them did, but you know, my mother read, of course she was one of these that reads, it says that if you eat a lot of pineapples, that you won't get amoeba. And that's what they said.
We ate lots of
Did you have a lot of pineapple?
Not that much.
We had, my mother used to make pineapple juice.
Yeah.
We had so many pineapples we didn't know what to do with it. So she would run her through a grinder and then get all the juice out, and we drank juice like water, you know, just fresh pineapple juice all the time, you know, as long as it was a season. Of course, pineapples have a season just like anything else now.
Except papaya. They grow
Oh, papaya is there all the time. Bananas are there all the time.
Mango.
No, mangoes have a season too.
They have a season?
Mangoes are seasonal.
Did you ever...
And avocados are seasonal.
Do you know obillas? Do you know what they are?
Oh yeah, obillas, I know very much.
They're delicious,
Now,
right?
did you
Yeah.
just
They're
have
like
those
uvas.
in Onini or someplace else?
Pardon?
The obillas, did you just have them in Onini or someplace else?
Well, I used to have, in Iquitos, they had them everywhere. Obillas
They're
very common fruit. They used to sell them in the market. You
Because
could
we
buy-
only saw them in Onini. That's where
really?
there was a tree in Onini.
Yeah.
Can you remember chonta?
Oh yeah, my dad used to go out and he'd have one of the big palm trees cut down.
Yeah,
They're huge.
Yeah.
Oh, my mother used to, they were so good. She knew
Good,
how to
wonderful.
eat. She knew how to fix it.
But
She'd make soup out of it. It was good. She'd
Yeah.
make she'd fry it with egg batter, you know, and cut it up.
But one thing what you may not have tried yet, as I worked through the Pahana, we didn't have matches or anything.
Yeah.
We found a yucca or kaniri.
Oh, kaniri.
And now you had to eat it raw, without boiling, without cooking.
Yeah.
With no other food.
Yeah, I learned to bake yucca in the fire.
Oh yeah, they're delicious. And corn also.
They used to make, we had women, they'd make like an oven sort of type. They'd first put the yucca with peeling and all.
That's right.
For a while. Then they took the peeling off and then you put it, and then keep turning it. It's delicious.
And the bananas, the cooking bananas.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
toast.
A chapo.
And
You learned
chapo.
how to
we
drink
drank
chapo,
chapo
right?
all the time.
The purest.
You know what I learned that I could have done and I never did? I used to be a caregiver here at a lady, and of course I always get the plantains and let them ripen, you know, get real ripe. They're almost black on the outside, so they're real sweet. And I used to make her pudding. She was a diabetic, and she couldn't have sugar, and she loved sweets. So I decided I'd make some, and you can make the best pudding out of those bananas. You put it in a blender, you know, of course, and make it
We haven't tried that yet.
yeah, try it. It is really
So
good.
what else did you add to it? then?
Nothing. then I'd put maybe a little milk on it or a little cream on the top. Oh, she loved that
So
pudding.
you cooked it first?
Yeah, you cooked it first and then ran it through a blender, and it comes out real like pudding, you know.
Yeah.
And then you can add whatever you want to it. I didn't put anything because it was very sweet.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a little dab of whipping cream would taste good on the top of it.
Did you read the quick or short anecdote? We had invited the natives to come. We tried to bring them to our house because we were very close to them.
Yeah.
And here we were eating, doesn't matter, breakfast. And here the one native, Ashaninga, he saw something on his plate which he didn't like.
Yeah.
What did he do? Threw it behind his shoulder. And it bounced back again. He didn't know where it came from. And also this story here, I mean, I praise the Lord that he survived and I survived. And we were in the Pahanal. We were sleeping all night, you know, with our feet against the pamale, pamalo, the fire, yeah. And at night, I awakened, doesn't matter what time it was. There's all this bear, but there are no bears in the Pahanal. But you know, he had the brown kushma on. I couldn't see his head. He wore like this. I said, what am I going to do?
Now, Napoleon used to be a witch doctor.
Was that so?
Oh yeah, Napoleon was a witch doctor. And they tell of him changing himself into an animal. Actually, they do. It's a devil, you know, that does it. To scare somebody, if he tells somebody, if you do that, he was a very capable witch doctor.
Yeah. What I was trying to say with the story, and I was concerned, if I kicked the bear into the fire, it could bite my feet.
Right.
Yeah, I said, no, I would have whistled.
Yeah.
And as soon as I whistled as loud as I could, boom, everyone jumped up, and the bear turned around. He said, "Paita." What's the matter? He was pulling the sliver out of his feet.
Lucky you didn't kick him in the fire.
And I kicked him in the fire.
That would be terrible.
So, and also,
You know, from the Tsutsiki to go to
20 minutes.
Pampawili, where we got our mail and bought all our supplies. It takes you 3 days to go up on the river. It's a very swift, very dangerous river, Pedernales. But it takes you come down in 6 hours. 3 days up, 6 hours down. So you can imagine.
the Tanganas.
Yeah, I have been up and down that river hundreds of times,
No, for instance, from Onini to Pucallpa, the fastest I ever made it, ever, was 23 hours, continued driving.
Yeah.
But
now,
upriver,
you didn't have a motor.
oh yeah. Sometimes
From where? From Unini to Atalaya?
in 3.5 hours, oh yeah.
Oh, 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
3.5 hours to Atalaya.
No, to Pucallpa.
3.5 days.
It can't be hours to Pucallpa.
I checked it out, but 3.5 days upriver. 23 hours downriver, the fastest I ever made it,
Yeah.
without stopping.
So now it's making sense.
And
Well, that river isn't fast, though.
no, I know it. It's all that's not good one either.
just
But then in where is it? In Masisea.
no,
That's I wrote in the book too. That's what they shot at us. We went for a junior camp down at Jarina Cocha, and there was a checkpoint, but we didn't know it. So we
Now,
cooked
Yarina
rice.
Cocha is at Pucallpa.
That's a Pucallpa, yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, we didn't know it, so they wanted to get attention to come over to show IDs. But most of the natives didn't have IDs, as they just
Right.
forgot about it, you know.
Yeah.
So they shot across the river. I said, don't worry about it. We mounted
See,
canoes
when
to
we
go.
went to Iquitos,
Yes.
when my dad was called to go down there and run the
Clinic or the mission.
Auxiliadora.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. We traveled from Sutsiki down to Pucallpa, all those rivers.
Yeah.
We went down the Perine, and then the
Tambo? The Tambo.
Eni
Ene.
comes with the Perine and forms a tambo.
Tambo.
The tambo goes, and then the Urubamba comes with tambo, and it forms the
Alto
Cayale.
Alto Kiale.
Alto Kiale.
Yeah.
We traveled that whole thing on raft.
Wow.
You know, you will,
38 days.
you will enjoy the film. You know why? Because Wellesley Muir took the picture from the highlands, you know, where the Amazonas, you
Yeah.
know, comes out of the ground. And then you follow it down, first the Vilcanota, then the Urubamba, then you see the Ukiari.
Oh, he's coming from that direction.
Yeah, from the other end.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Now, he's coming up near Machu Picchu. If he
yeah,
get
he
up
passed by
further,
there, yes,
if
yes.
he'd get up further up there, he'd be in Machu Picchu.
No, you'll see it on the film.
Uh-huh.
So, see, we lived in, with the privilege of being in Quillabamba. That was about 2.5 hours, 3 hours down from Machu Picchu. We lived there for 5 years. Well, you read it.
Yeah.
We have no new stories to tell you.
I was born in Juliaca.
Oh, is that so? Oh, then you know the Chambi family.
Well, I know.
Pedro,
I know.
Pedro,
Do
Haroldo.
you know? Did you
Ebenezer.
know Ruben Castillo?
Oh, you bet.
Well, he was a little boy at Tsutsiki. His dad was the teacher there.
Is that so?
I have his picture when
Is
he
it
was a
so?
little boy. Yeah, because
He
he
was-
died of a heart attack in Lima.
And you know, too many are dying of heart attacks. Oh, yeah.
Well, they come to the United States, they eat all the rich food.
No, even there.
Even there,
I can remember Blas Mendoza, he had a problem with the heart. Who was it?
But he didn't
David
die.
Nunez, he didn't die. And then who was the other one?
Arevalo did die on the surgery table.
Yeah, what's his name? Volne Arevalo. He's from Morales,
Yeah.
Tarapoto Morales. Oh, I think from all the fried bananas.
Yeah,
Or
Fried
they eat
everything.
fat.
yeah, they don't, they
Uh,
eat too
How did you
rich.
handle the food there? Were you vegetarian too or no?
Yes, I'm vegetarian. We're
From there too?
Oh, I'm a third generation vegetarian.
Same with us.
Yeah,
We didn't
my
eat any meat there.
grandparents on both
Oh,
sides.
excuse me.
My grandparents on both sides. are
Okay.
vegetarians.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so we're
very.
on the same frequency then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, whenever they offer
The
to me,
people always said, "How do you live? You don't eat fish. You don't eat meat. You don't. We eat
Smeagol.
rice and beans."
Shima, you remember the name Shima?
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's fish. And Smeedy is a bird.
Oh, yeah.
But when we got to Unini, they were growing soya beans. I don't know who started that.
Who?
When we came to Unini,
My mother.
soya beans were
My
there.
mother started soybeans. there.
Oh,
Wow.
we benefited
She
from it.
raised soybeans all the time because and then we found the Lima soybeans. Have you ever had the
The
Lima
green
soybean?
ones, the green large one.
The large ones, and
Yeah.
you shell them. Oh, they are delicious.
Oh, then you also know pus. They're real tiny ones. How do you, the tiny yellow ones?
Yeah,
How do you call them? Chitayo?
Chiclayo is a different.
Real tiny white one.
Yeah.
And then they have the
Because
poroto.
yeah, and
The
then
poroto's a
there,
red one.
I don't know, but you know the Indians grew their chocolates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they of course they cut it down and burn it, and then
Yeah.
plant all around the logs and everything.
Yes.
It would beans would climb up the logs and the corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had their big
Yeah.
chocolates that they
No,
had.
see-
Their yucca and their Mayona. Did you get eat Mayona?
It sounds familiar. I don't recognize.
It's a potato. It's a purple potato.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That grows off of
Yeah.
a vine.
Yeah.
And you have to follow the vine to get the potato. I remember they taught me, and they said, now don't say Maona, because if they hear you say Maona, they'll hide from you. See, that's what the Indians do.
No, we ate
But
them. They're purple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
we
I
had
loved
them,
them. We
yeah.
used to bake them.
They're
in the
living on
fire.
sweet side too, right?
Huh?
They were slightly sweet.
No, they're not sweet.
No?
They're like a potato.
How do you call the one fruit? Oh, don't be offended. I'll call them like baby diapers. They were very mushy inside,
Yeah.
like a velvet, and had the black seeds.
It was a big fruit. They were
Big, large
yellow on the
fruit.
outside, and this
Real
white,
mushy like.
white stuff with the black
I
seeds.
just can't remember the name. Were they Did they grow on?
Oh,
the,
they were sometimes this big.
now were they on the tree
yeah.
or were they?
No,
with
but
They,
something
on
to
the
do?
vine or
on
something.
the outside they look like espinas, yeah, like they have thorns.
Oh, I know that's.
But they won't spring.
Chirimoya? No, not
No.
chirimoya.
Anyway, these thorns
Yeah,
didn't
I
break, they
know.
were real
no,
soft.
they're not thorny.
But they're real
they're
mushy.
very sweet.
Oh, very
Very
sweet,
good.
yes.
I think you have a picture of those on your
Yeah,
collection.
I'm sure mine,
Yeah.
we have pictures of all of those. Now the slides that he did for me on DVD,
Yeah.
those are my dad's slides, but they are about 70, 80 years old.
Wow.
So they, some of them are, not have
Not so
got
clear.
fungus
yeah.
on them.
Yeah. Same with ours too.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad to get them on there because, in time they would get bad.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
won't keep. Yeah, he's been.